For my presentation, I'm going to be doing mine on the impact of urban gardening on poverty health in their communities. For those of you who don't know what urban gardens are, urban gardening is the practice of cultivating, processing, and distributing food in or around urban areas. And communities with lower income families can use urban gardening to grow their own healthier dietary foods right in their own backyard to create an environment where fast food and unhealthy foods are no longer an option. So, what are the reasons why low-income families struggle to eat healthy? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but some of the reasons that I listed are problems like not being able to have an easy access to a supermarket to purchase healthier foods, parents not willing to deny their kids from the desires to eat junk food, and having a low income get in the way of purchasing healthier dietary food regularly. All these three problems that I just listed are only a few of them, but I'll also be talking about them more later in the presentation. So, for my argument, I'm going to be arguing that urban gardens should be used in order to get a healthier lifestyle and eat healthier and nutritious meals because, especially families in a lower income neighborhood, they tend to eat a lot of more junk food because of the costs and problems like not having easy access to supermarkets, for example. So, although living in poverty communities can cause many to eat unhealthy foods such as fast food, it is evident that the solution to the problem can be solved by educating others on how to grow urban gardens. So, obviously, there's always two sides to every argument, and some people don't believe in the fact of doing urban gardening because of reasons like there's potential for disease transmission if proper food and environmental safety precautions are not in place. There's also risk of exposure to pesticides, there's contamination from animal waste, it could cause air pollution from the chemicals, and it also can abuse urban flora. It can also do stuff like social problems such as not being able to spend as much time with your family obligations because you're too much spending with it managing your crops. But on my side, I always believe that the positive can outweigh the negative. And the reason I believe that is because urban gardens can increase food security. They can create a sense of belonging, especially to the lower income families. They produce healthier foods that you can respect. They provide a learning opportunity and make efficient use of land. So I believe that community leaders should be educating especially poverty in the younger people in our generation on how to grow their own healthier foods, such as fruits and veggies in their backyard. That way, they are in return not always eating junk food or fast food all the time, even though once in a while it's okay to eat. Instead of just eating it all the time, I would strongly suggest of using urban gardens to eat more healthier foods. That way, you can have an easier access to a healthier lifestyle. So why eat fast food when there are healthier ways? Well, first off, it's definitely cheap because of dollar menus, and it's also filling to the stomach because of bigger portions offered. But instead, I believe that you should grow your urban gardens because delicious always doesn't mean nutritious. The gardens also supply a neighborhood and the surrounding area with local, sustainable sources of healthy fruits, veggies, nuts, legumes, herbs, and more. And they also provide healthy food and hands-on education to young people within the community and show them how to grow food, maintain gardens, and use the produce in healthy meals for themselves and their families. So as I mentioned earlier, the problem of having an access to a supermarket, typically lower income families tend to not have easy access to supermarket because they are mostly put in a wealthier neighborhood where there is a better access to a supermarket, and this causes a big problem because without any supermarkets around, there's no way to be able to even purchase healthier dietary foods, even with the cost being a problem. And they don't have resources such as a car to be able to get there anyway. So the solution to an urban garden is that you won't need a thing like a car to get anywhere because it's going to be a garden growing in your own backyard. And the more urban farming and eating locally there is, the fewer miles food must travel before it's on your plate. You can get fresher, healthier foods such as herbs, vegetables, and fruits, and you're more likely to eat what's in the season when you eat what's produced in an urban farm. I also mentioned earlier about desires of kids and the denial of parents. kids are constantly bombarding their parents for the requests of junk food because they don't fully understand the importance of eating a healthier food, because they're always going outside and burning their calories anyway, so they don't typically think of eating healthier food because they actually especially like sugar a lot too. And lower income family parents typically say yes to their kids wanting junk food because they can't give them other requests such as a vacation because of cost and money situations. So the solution to urban gardening helps community members to be able to educate these kids on the importance of eating healthier foods. Then their desires of unhealthy foods will reduce dramatically because they're going to be educating the children on the importance of healthy foods, and they'll impact the individual's health and lifestyle. Urban gardens also can reduce obesity problems because if urban gardens were planted in poverty neighborhoods with families, they would be able to grow their own fruits and vegetables at a lower cost instead of going to a supermarket and having to pay much more money for a healthier meal than having to grow their own supply of fresh food right in their own backyard. So for my argument, I researched and emailed Tyson Gersh, who was a co-founder of a nonprofit organization right here in Detroit, Michigan, and it's called the Michigan Urban Farming Initiative. This organization educates others on the importance of growing urban gardens, and the organization provides poverty communities with produce, and their farm grows more than 30 different fruits, veggies, and herbs. And all those fruits, veggies, and herbs are sold at local farmers markets to a wholesale customer at the farm. The Urban Agrihood addresses food insecurities, provides economic opportunities, and builds communities in historic Michigan neighborhoods. I really wanted to interview this guy because I thought that he did a great job on what I wanted to explain for my paper. He is the co-founder of the organization, and this organization especially has helped their communities in Michigan and Detroit, Michigan, on how to grow their own healthier foods. That way they're able to eat healthier, nutritious, balanced meals instead of eating junk food. Even though you can eat junk food whenever you want, it's better to eat it every once in a while instead of all the time. So in conclusion, some of the solutions to prevent poor communities and low-income families of eating so much junk food or fast food is to put more supermarkets in a lower-income neighborhood, or trying to have healthier dietary foods that are more affordable for them, or having lower-income parents say no to their kids when asking for junk food, especially because it all starts with having a self-discipline. But by doing these things, the amount of junk food in those poverty communities can decrease by a tremendous amount, and there should be community members that take the action of educating others on how to grow urban gardens so that we all can live in a healthier lifestyle instead of choosing fast food or unhealthy foods. This will in return make others healthier and fit, and urban gardenings reduce the amount of junk food eaten, which makes it so more people stay fit and healthy. I chose to write about this because I want to do something in the health field, and I believe in always eating balanced meals and making sure to eat a lot of fruits and veggies, because especially nowadays I don't feel like a lot of families or kids eat a lot of their fruits and veggies as much as they're supposed to. And I think that this is just a overall great solution in order to slow down the amount of junk food and fast food that has been eaten in the past years, especially in lower income families, because of the fact that healthier foods cost so much money. But yeah, that's my presentation, and thanks all for watching.